Welcome to a lovely sunny Lakeland hillside. I thought I'd do a quick vid today having a look at some of my collection of bushcraft and camping knives. Just for anybody who might be in the market for anything like this. I'm going to have a little run through some pros and cons, some price points, some specs, that sort of stuff. I'm not affiliated with any of the brands. These are knives that I've bought myself through choice with my own money. So yeah, I'm just going to have a little run through and a look at 5 of them. So let's get stuck in. So first up, we've got the Opinel No8 pocket knife, which is a lovely little knife. These are French made with a nice wooden handle. It's a folding knife. This one's one of the limited edition ones with the red handle, which is really quite nice. They sell for somewhere around 25 quid. One of my favourite parts of this one is the locking system. So you can see this collar here, that's in the locked open position. If you twist the collar, that allows you to close the knife, and you can even twist that back and lock it in the closed position, which is a nice touch. And when you open it up and lock it, this taper here gives a really firm lock on the blade. Some of the other folding knives have a bit of play in the blade once they're locked, but that's really firm. So it's a clip point blade, it's convex grind, and the blade itself is 80mm by 17 by 2mm thick. It's 45 grams, so quite a lightweight knife. You're not going to be doing anything heavy with this, just lighter duties, maybe a bit of food prep, a bit of whittling, some curls to start your fire, trimming some paracord, that sort of stuff. But it's a beautifully made knife, lovely quality to the handle, as I say, fantastic locking system. The collar's really nice. High carbon steel blade as well, not stainless, but still a really nicely made blade, nice quality. It's an easy carry knife. It's the kind of thing that lives in my pack for the smaller duties. It's not a basher, you're not going to be battening or anything like that with it. Has got a fairly good 90 on the back, so it will throw a spark if needs be. But great all round, lightweight pocket knife. That is the Opinel No8. Next up, we've got the Mora Basic, the Mora knife 546 Basic. And straight in with a major plus point on these is the price. You can pick one of these up for £6.99, so you really can't say fairer than that. They are Swedish made and come with this kind of Kydex style sheath, but it's really quite a nice fit in there. Keeps a nice snug hold of it, little belt clip on the back there. They come in a range of colours, huge range of colours. I've gone for this garish blue and orange, which I quite like, nice and visible against the forest floor. Plastic handle, sort of textured plastic, which actually feels quite nice. It's not full tang, it's partial tang. It's got this little hammer stud on the back, but again, something you're probably not going to be using for particularly heavy duties, just the lighter weight stuff, bit of food prep, bit of lighter work on the paracord or making some curls, that sort of stuff. The blade is clip point and it's a Scandi grind. It's 88mm long by 14 deep and 2mm thick, and the whole knife weighs 79 grams, so quite a lightweighter. It's a stainless steel blade, which is quite nice for that sort of price point. And as I say, although it's cheap, it's got quite a nice quality feel to it. Good size for my hand. The handle's quite nicely shaped. I haven't got massive hands, so my hands sort of fill the handle quite nicely. But yeah, lighter duties again, you're not going to be doing anything mental with this. A bit of whittling, bit of curls, that sort of stuff. But for the price, you are not going to go wrong. The 90 on the back isn't great. You'll get a spark off it, but you'll struggle. But that's about my only criticism of it. Otherwise, for £6.99, you're not going to find a better knife. Next up is the Rough Rider hunting knife. So straight in, yeah, first criticism, it's a rubbish name. But putting that aside, it's actually quite a nice little knife. If you can find one of these, you can pick these up for 14 quid, which really is quite a bargain. They are Chinese made. Comes with this fairly basic nylon sheath, no frills, but it does the job. I've put this little bit of lanyard on myself. But for 14 quid, you get something that feels like an entry-level compact bushcraft knife. Nice wood on the handle there, nice finish. Nice little finger guard here as well. The blade is full tang, as you can see. It's a drop point with a flat grind, and it's 98mm by 25mm by 2.5mm thick. Now, the only criticism with this is it's a no-name steel blade. Nobody seems to know anything about the steel that the blade's made from. That said, that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. I've read a lot of good reviews on the internet of these, so time will tell. I've not had it that long, but I've given it a bit of use and it's been pretty good. It's good for lighter bushcraft duties. You're not going to be doing, again, anything too mental with it, but it will withstand a bit of abuse being full tang. And I've not needed to sharpen it yet, so the blade seems to be holding a good edge. The 90 on the back is really quite good. It'll throw some good sparks. The handle feels very comfortable in my hand. It's a good size, not massive, not too big, not too small. So overall, to be fair, for 14 quid, I think for an entry level into bushcraft knives, you're going to do well to beat that. That is the Rough Rider hunting knife. So we're stepping up into the bigger boys now. This is the Boker Outdoorsman XL. Nice knife. You can pick one of these up for somewhere around 50 to 55 quid. So again, not a super high price. They're German made. Comes with this nylon sheath, which is not too fancy. Does the job. It's got an extra pocket on there for a fire steel or sharpening stone, whatever you choose to put in there. I've put a bit of lanyard on it, but a bit more of a quality feel about the sheath. Nice feel to the handle. My only criticism here for me is that it's maybe a little bit on the big side. You can see there's a fair bit of space there, and it's a little bit of an odd shape, the handle, I think. It's quite tall that way and quite thin, and if anything a little bit on the square side, but it's not uncomfortable. It's just a bit of an odd shape. But yeah, this orange section is kind of rubberized. That's more of a sort of hard plastic, but it's still got a nice quality feel to it. It is a full tang, so the blade's running through to here if you want to use this for any hammering duties. It's quite a large blade, this one. It's 116mm by 33mm by 4mm thick, and the knife weighing in at 220 grams, so a bit more of a heavyweight. The blade is a drop point and a high flat grind, and I've had this one quite a while now, and to be fair, I've given it a bit of a beasting and it's stood up to everything. It's been a great knife. Most bushcraft duties, this is the kind of thing I'll use for battening as well. A good thick 4mm blade will handle that. I've sharpened it once, but it's been, I don't know, a few years now, so it does hold its edge quite well. I think that 12C27 is your grade of carbon steel that the blade is made from. But yeah, as a sort of stepping up into the mid-range of knives at not a ridiculous price, I think that's quite a bargain. And aside from the slightly large handle, which might suit you if you've got larger hands, not much in the way of criticism. So that is the Boker Outdoorsman XL. And last but by no means least is the mk2 TBS Boar bushcraft knife. So these will set you back about 109 quid. They're British made. That'll get you the standard sheath, which is what I went for, just a standard leather sheath, but nice clean lines, nice fit on the knife, good grip on it, and a simple belt loop on the back. You can pay about another tenner, I think it is, and get an upgraded sheath which is a bit wider and has a pocket on the front, but I preferred that, just nice simple clean lines. The knife itself, well, first off, it feels absolutely superb in the hand, really nice quality feel to it overall. Good fit for my hand as well, not too big, not too small. Handle feels great. So the handles, you've got a few options. They do it in mk2, in Turkish walnut. I went for this one, which is the curly birch, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. The grain patterns are fantastic in it, looks really nice. And the blades, again, you've got a few options. This one is the N695 stainless steel version. They also do it in a high carbon tool steel version. There's various schools of thought on the pros and cons of both of those, but I went for this because it's a bit more corrosion resistant. Some people will say the stainless doesn't throw a spark as well. I've not found that. This throws very good sparks. The Mark II also includes, you can see these red separators here, apparently to stop heat transfer from the blade into the handle, which is a nice touch. And I think they've changed the blade type at the front very slightly for the Mark II as well. So the blade is full tang, obviously, and a Scandi grind. And the whole knife weighs in at 450 grams, so a bit of a weightier beast than the others. But this is my first step into proper bushcraft knives, and I've got high hopes for it. I've not really put it through its paces yet, but I certainly plan to do so. This is going to handle all duties from food prep right through to hefty battening, maybe some whittling and everything in between. So I'm really quite looking forwards to putting that through its paces. I'm loving it already. That is the Mark II TBS Boar. So that's a bit of a look at a selection of my knives, and like I said, I'm not affiliated with any of the brands. I've bought them all with my own money through choice. The pros and cons are just my opinions. You might think differently, but maybe some of that information might help somebody out there make a decision if they're looking to buy one of these knives. So hopefully that might help somebody. I hope it does. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ta for now.